Gimme.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast, and this is episode 23, and today is Saturday as we record every week, but today is Halloween, so there's some stuff popping on. Hopefully
COVID
everybody
Halloween.
hopefully everybody stayed inside and whatnot, didn't go grabbing some candy. It's no need, but the best thing about Saturdays is all the gaming news that you get to hear from us.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we're going to start off with what we've been playing all week. So, what have you been playing, Mark?
So I haven't been playing anything. My power was out for 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Due to the
wind hit you
weather,
hard.
wind, fires in my area. So I haven't been playing much of anything.
Okay, let's say this. If you could have played something, what would you have played? Was there anything on your list that like you were really looking forward to playing or wanting to play that you didn't get a chance to because your power was out?
No, my mind has been elsewhere this week. So I wasn't really. My phone was dead for like 2 days.
Because you couldn't charge it, right?
Yeah. So I need to invest in a generator. That's what I was looking. I was looking for generators and things like that.
Right.
I bought a bunch of like lanterns and things like that. So not yet, but next week I'm excited to I don't know, see what's new.
Last week of current gen, right? Next week is like the last week
Right.
of current generation, man.
Yep.
10 and 12 days before the new systems
10 and 12
come out.
days.
Yep.
Are you looking to try to find one, Mark? You gonna be doing any effort? You gonna put any effort into getting one?
I'm gonna be checking online. So I know online sales are slim. I know they pop up right here and there. So that's probably gonna
Very
be
randomly.
that's gonna be
Oh,
my best
really?
bet. That's gonna be my best bet
You're
because
not
I bought the Shadowlands Collector's Edition. That was out of stock like a couple months ago,
Uh-huh.
but Best Buy randomly got some in stock, so I bought it. So
Unboxing coming soon.
Yep, unboxing coming soon. So I'm gonna be checking websites, and I'm happy to buy it online, hopefully, because I don't really feel like camping out anywhere right now.
Right.
Not saying that I won't, because if I
Mhm.
hear a store has like 50, and I know it's likely that I could get one,
I'll go wait.
I'll
few
definitely
hours,
go
right?
wait.
Give some hours, yeah.
but
Yeah, that's what I got to find out too, man. I got to find out if there's going to be any stores that have them. I know Godly has some family members in management at Walmart trying to find out if they just got any, right? Did any come in?
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
just trying to see if there's like any back doors that I can
Yeah.
knock on and see if I can at
Yeah.
least get one stashed to the side. But I probably won't be able to get one, but hopefully I'll be able to, hit off of like just a walk up. You know what I mean? Like,
Walk into Costco, right? Or walk into Walmart and grab one. That's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
yeah, I definitely. I saw somebody had posted on YouTube on Twitter, that basically there was like
Mm-hmm.
stickers for like PlayStation 5 bundles popping up at the Costco's and stuff. So
ooh,
Costco has good prices, and they're
Definitely.
decent bundles. So
Mhm.
I wanted to get like the majority of the accessories anyways, just to have them for the channel. So hopefully I'll be able to grab it from there, maybe show up when it opens. Hopefully it's just nothing but old folks out there waiting to get their groceries and not, a PS5 bundle. But
Yeah, maybe the
we'll see.
Costco hype isn't out there for gaming. People might not think of that place to go.
maybe,
You
yeah.
know,
Hopefully
so, yeah.
not everybody is like informed.
It's gonna be
you know?
the lines are gonna be at Best Buy, right, and
Yeah.
probably the WalMarts and GameStops and stuff. So maybe Costco slips by, and people probably might not want to buy bundles. So you got a good shot there. Like that decreases the odds of people wanting it. So yeah, Costco might be a good bet.
Yeah, I've definitely just been hearing that it's pretty much that the majority of stores won't just stay open and let you camp outside, for it to release and get it at midnight or whatever. But if you're camping online, you'd be able to purchase it, online, and be able to grab it from the store as soon as the store opens. So you
Nice.
still be able to do it like a day of purchase. I think that's much better anyways. If you could just purchase it online like day of and then just walk into the store and grab it once they open, like I would like that a lot better. I hate camping out.
I just want I don't like that because then I think like you're just waiting to see. Where if I know that the store has, like Mark said, like 50 copies, and I show up and I see 50 people online, then I know I can just jet and I'm not going to get one. Like, it makes it more simplistic for us as a consumer to not waste our time.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're literally online, right, and then you try to purchase one from Best Buy,
And the site crashes.
and it says the site crashes, or
And we're sitting there
it
waiting for the
says-
site to reload, and we just don't know what's going on, and we're refreshing.
Yeah, but
you know?
you're for one, you're at home, so I mean, like when I'm dealing with the sneakers or whatever, you know, you sit it there and you let the sneakers rotate their stuff, and maybe you try like a different computer or you try a different website, you know, that's on your PC or something like that. But if anything, you're still at home. You're not outside in the cold, you know, having to deal with other people, standing up or trying to find like an uncomfortable seat to sit in and chill. You know, at least you're at home and you get to watch that little spinning wheel go on your
Yeah,
phone
but
screen.
it's a mystery. Is you're just sitting there in confusion. I don't like that. I rather know. I rather have an actual strategy and path that I know will work or won't work, right? Like if I drive over to Best Buy and I see 10 people in line, I know they're going to have 50, then I know I'm going to get one. Or if there's 50 people there, then I'll swap by the Walmart. Oh, they have 15 and there's 10 people in line, then I know. Like I have a strategy that actually will work rather than just hoping and swapping and jumping around from side to side and going, you know what, I don't know what's going on. You just give up, but you don't have any chance at all of getting one.
Well,
you know?
hopefully you're able to get how many consoles they have on that day so that you can just pull up and do it easy like that. But I don't
Yeah.
know if they divulge in that information and unless they're like, nah, you got to be here at the store and we could tell you. I can see that happening. But,
I can't too. I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But,
You know,
yeah. But what have you been playing?
I'm like a constant PSN store diver. Like I'm
Okay.
always looking, you know, for a deal
the
on
deals?
a PSN store. And there's always a few games I have my eye on, and one of them that I've been really wanting to play, which I think was on Game Pass, but it was Moonlighter.
I don't
I
think
Sounds
think it's on
familiar.
Game Pass,
Sounds very familiar.
but it was like $5 on the PSN store,
Mhm.
so I just snagged it
okay.
and I started playing it. And
Now, what would possess you to buy it off of the PlayStation store instead of just getting it for free on Game
because
Pass, just playing it?
it's a little bit easier sometimes for me to play on my PlayStation.
Okay.
because
so of
The
location.
Xbox, the Xbox in my house is our like media hub, so my wife's on it a whole lot.
Okay.
So I don't have as many opportunities to play on my Xbox as I would like.
Mhm.
Once I have like an X, then I'll always just be playing if it's on Game Pass because
So
be
you'll
in
leave
my
your
office.
Xbox in the
Yeah,
in
I'll leave the
living room
one
and
in the
put
media
on-
room, and I'll put the new Series X
Uh-huh.
in my office, and then I'll be able to play on Game Pass all I want.
Okay.
But for the time being, it is a little bit like inconvenient sometimes. Like, man, I really want to play that game, but I'm not going to go out there and like kick my wife off the television when I
Yeah.
have my PlayStation to play. You know, so sometimes like I'll just be looking around, and if it's cheap enough, I don't mind spending a few dollars to grab a game that I've been really looking for. And so I snagged Moonlighter, and I've been looking at that one for a while because it's another roguelike, but it's a really unique one. Like essentially the way it works is you are like the inheritance of a shop, like a merchant shop.
Uh-huh.
And like your dad passed away and you got the shop, and your city or your town is right next to a dungeon. And so you wake up in the morning and you go out to the dungeon. Actually, you wake up at night, like at midnight.
Moonlight.
And yeah, in the moonlight, yeah, because Moonlighter. And you go over to the dungeon and you spend all night long killing mobs, collecting the loot, and then bringing it back home in the morning and setting shop up and putting out things for sell. And you spend the day selling all the stuff you got during the night.
So you're a dungeon lanny, like
What?
a vigilante, but a dungeon lanny.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like two separate games in one. Because like the shop game is actually fleshed out. Like you have to set the price, and like the customers come in and they have little emojis pop up for how they feel about the price, and you can adjust or raise it based on that. And then also you'll get like indications if the market is low or the market is high when someone buys an item. And so you can adjust the price accordingly. So it's like an actual
That's
pretty
kinda cool.
fleshed out market.
Now,
Sounds
if
fun.
they're sitting there looking at a sword that you just found in a dungeon and they don't like the price, are you able to adjust it right in front of them so that they can buy it?
But they might walk away, but someone else might come in. Exactly. So
Okay.
you're
Sounds
doing
cool.
it all like quickly.
That
Like
sounds
you're
pretty
waiting
cool.
to see. And if someone does grab something and bring it to the register to sell,
Yeah.
then you want to walk over there and quickly fill that slot back up again with something you
Something
have
else.
in your bag. And you
You
just
literally
keep.
have to fill the slot yourself?
Yeah. You
Are
have
there
to walk and
thieves?
put it on the shelf, huh?
Are there thieves?
No, there's no thief. I haven't seen a thief.
Okay.
I didn't ever come
You-
across a thief.
You ain't just seen something.
I don't
come
know
up
if that's a
missing?
mechanic. Yeah, I don't know if that's a mechanic in the game or not.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's real time. And really that's pretty much like all your loot from the dungeon does. Like pretty much everything you get is for your shop.
That's cool.
And then you can spend your money you make in your shop on like upgrading your shop or upgrading the town or buying new things for yourself, you know. So
none
like
of the stuff you find is any like more powerful than your
I
main
haven't
gear?
found anything in the dungeon that like I can put on and make myself better. It's almost like the money is what you use to improve anything.
Okay.
The money you make from the merchant, you know, being a merchant is what you use for your upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Like both systems are fleshed out. Like even the fighting in the dungeons is a lot of fun too.
Nice.
And it's cool getting those big items that are very valuable, you know. Like it's fun too. Like even though it's not an item I can like equip and put on,
Yeah.
it's fun because it's still awesome because it's a very valuable item. You're gonna get a lot of money from it,
You're right.
you know. And it's cool to see how much you can sell in that time period. Like as you're just throwing it back, you're throwing stuff back up, man. There's been times where it's like, crap, dude, I'm out of stock. I'm out of inventory. You know, like I need to get back out in that dungeon. And then you really don't want to die because you only got that one window.
Oh, okay.
Before the next sell day, you
Yeah.
know, you want to try to go as far as you can, collect as much as you can.
So are you timed when you go in the dungeon?
No, you're not timed, just your life total, right?
Okay.
You
So
know.
you can go as long as you can in
Mhm.
there and come out with like 500
yeah,
items worth of stuff.
dude, you can.
Yeah.
And you can load yourself up.
They got some good reviews online. On Steam, it got really high reviews, and on Metacritic, it got a good score.
Okay, no, that's it. Yeah, I might have to check
Yeah.
that out on Game
No,
Pass.
it's
I ain't
cool.
heard
Yeah,
of it.
it's free on Game Pass. So if y'all got Game Pass, you can
sounds
play it.
awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm gonna download that. That sounds like something I would want to play. I never heard of
Mhm.
such a game where your just objective is to just sell stuff. That's kind of cool.
It's a
you
totally
get to
unique
do some fun
idea,
stuff
and you
with
get to
it to
fight with
sell.
it.
Yeah.
And it's fun to sell too. Like it's really fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like there's really
The
like
concept
two
sounds
games
fun.
here in one, and like yeah, no one's ever made a game like this.
That's dope.
So I
'Cause I-
always really wanted it
Because I always
but-
love selling stuff. Like, especially in WoW, I love just I never sell any. I never vendor none of my stuff. I throw
Yeah.
everything on the auction house.
Yeah,
So
dude.
it's just cool that concept of like, oh,
Yeah, it's neat, man. Like
It's
yeah,
dope.
I recommend it. I mean, it's not a masterpiece like like I'm not raving about it like I was Hades, but it's very good. Like it's a solid, good game.
Okay.
Like it's excellent. You know.
I mean,
so-
if you got Game Pass, it's worth a try, right?
yeah, if you got Game Pass, you need to try it, and you'll have a lot of fun with it because it's got a unique story too. You know.
Yeah,
so.
I would if I was you, I would have been trying out that XCloud or something like that. Like XCloud is going right now, right?
Yep.
I did try xCloud out. I mean, maybe it depends on the games, but I was having connection problems on mine.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I was having connection problems. Like it would just drop out my signal.
Dang.
So I don't know if that was like
it's
the
not. Is
app?
it still in beta?
or if it's like a beta problem because like if it's like a problem with the app, I'm having
Mm.
a hard time knowing I'm connected or something. I don't know what the deal was, or if there's something on my phone, timing out and then it has to reconnect, like some timeout issue.
Right.
But I was having connection problems on my end, and so it was really inhibiting my ability
Gotcha.
to enjoy xCloud. But I am actually a lot more interested in trying xCloud on the browser, like online, right? Like if I can get it on like the PS5 browser, like that's super interesting to me.
I can't wait to get it on the iOS browser, man. So
Or
I can go on
iOS browser,
Safari
yeah.
on my Mac. And,
Yeah,
and be
just on
able
your
to play it
computer
on my
browser
screen or
even.
something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm home for. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, I don't really get a chance to play much during the week. So most of my gaming is either takes place on like a Thursday or Friday, before the podcast. So, I've still been pretty heavy on Genshin Impact.
nice.
I literally it's funny because I'll play it on my mobile. While I'm at work
When
or
you're on
whatever,
the
I'll
road?
take a break
Yeah.
and I'll just chill for a minute and play a little bit. And then like Thursday or Friday, I'll just go in on the PlayStation.
Nice.
So I made it to finally like I think adventure level like 16 or 17. So
So your
Nice.
character's level 16?
no, that's
the
the
account
the
level, the adventure
adventure
level.
level.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like two different
Oh,
things. So
okay.
you
I
have
didn't
to
even
open
notice
up,
that.
Yeah, you have to open up chests and fight creatures and do quests in
yeah.
order to increase your adventure level. And then your actual character's level is done by those books
Right.
and stuff like that.
What level is
So,
your character?
my character is not at 40 because
He's 40 now?
leveled up to his phase 1.
Nice.
So So he's at 40, the sovereign character, and then I think I have one other one that was able to ascend, but I had to get to the Liu section of the continent in order to be able to upgrade some of the other ones. I did. Um, I took a bunch of the currency primogen or something like that it's called, and I just converted them to the intertwined fate or whatever it is, the little currency that you use for like your wishes.
Right.
So I opened up like quite a few little wish boxes on that. So I got 5-star gold Kiki or
Wow,
whatever.
you got a 5-star, huh?
Yeah, or
Wow.
it's I guess it's able to get to 5
Oh,
stars.
okay.
It's
Gotcha.
not 5 stars, but it's
But
able
it
to
can
get there.
move there.
So-
Okay.
But it's a gold, so that was cool. And Kiki's ice.
Okay.
So she's pretty badass, man. Like
Yeah.
she hits pretty hard. I mean,
Nice.
I gave her a good weapon, but yeah, she hits pretty hard. And
I need to
it's
hop back
kinda-
on that game, man.
yeah,
Me
it's
too.
a little bit nicer than Kaya or Kaya or whatever his name is. I forgot.
Right.
And then who else? Oh, I got another woman. I forgot what her name is, but she uses the big two-handed sword like Noelle does,
Mhm.
except she's lightning. So I got rid of the witch girl and put her in there so that she could do the heavy attacks to get the heavy, kill the heavy like slimes and stuff like that have the shields and all that. So it's cool. I've been working through it. Once you hit adventure level 16, you're able to do co-op. So once
Oh.
one of you mofos is,
Cool.
You said 17?
gets up-
16.
16. Once
16.
you hit adventure
Oh,
level
okay.
16.
Okay.
So yeah, and
Cool.
you can do that just by like, just keep
Following the story
progressing through
mission.
that quest line, and there's so many chests out there, man.
Yeah.
You just find so much
Mhm.
stuff, and you're able
Yeah.
to upgrade.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I know Genshin Impact just crossed like quarter of a bill, like $240 million.
Really?
Dollars.
Oh, dollars.
Nice. That
And like
they've earned?
since they launched it on PS4, and like what is that, like a month, like a
Yeah.
little over a month, like whoa,
It's
That's
impressive
crazy.
for a free to play game.
dude, yeah,
Yeah.
like this is what I was trying to say when we had our debate on game prices, right? Like
If
the
you just
money,
give a quality
yeah,
game,
if you give a
will
quality
get the
game,
money.
you'll make more almost because people will keep buying.
Yeah.
You know, like keep buying more than the $70 price tag. Where if you spend 70, people are super discouraged from spending any additional
Yeah.
money on the game.
Yeah.
You know?
There's this this guy that I watch on YouTube. His name is like Afro Senju XL or something like that, and he's got a pretty good channel. But literally, he's got like a couple of videos where all he does is pack openings. Like he just
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He spent like the last video that I saw. He
Mhm.
spent like $2,200
Whoa.
on the little like wish currency,
2,200, dude.
and he was just opening them.
Is he getting
opening
millions of views at least?
He's got like a million plus subscribers.
Okay, so that makes sense.
he's
He'll get his
getting
money
high
back.
videos. Yeah, he's getting
Nice.
it back.
Every video gives him his money back. Yeah.
That makes
right,
sense.
but
Right.
yeah, dude, man, he was just opening them up, and
Dang.
the ratios, the odds for the golds was like it
Really
was
low, huh?
very low.
That's why I'm
man.
shocked you got one, man.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I got one like off of my first one that I opened,
Dude.
and I was like, oh, okay. But
Dude, a
I
lot
didn't
of
get
people
one
were like,
since.
one of the strategies is to start a new account and then buy open packs, start a new account, open packs until you get one like a good pack, like
Oh,
gold,
yeah.
and then start with that character off.
Oh.
yeah.
A lot of people were saying to do something like that.
I guess that could work.
know?
Yeah, I heard Diluc is like one of the best ones, and
Yeah.
and he has like
The
a
bow
a
kid,
really
right?
nice no, it's a guy who uses the two-handed
Okay.
blades. You
The bow
encounter him
kid
in
is
the
good
story.
too, like the green outfit kid.
Okay,
Venti or
he's
something like
a
that?
bard, Venti,
Yeah,
or whatever.
he shoots. He's long range, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
I
a
haven't
lot of
gotten him
people
yet,
rave
but-
about him. He's like one of the
okay.
elite ones too.
Nice.
Yeah,
But,
nice.
yeah.
But yeah, man. So it's been a fun game. You know, I just been putting lots of time in it, running around,
Yeah, I
doing
need to
stuff,
get
just
back into
trying
that one.
to scour as much of the continent as I can to get my quick points, and then following like the quest. That way, I can zip,
Gotcha.
to the locations that it's
Mhm.
nearby, because they spread it everywhere. But it starts to open up as you get up in the levels. You know, you have like the commissions quests where they're just like random things like go and defeat 5 enemies here, 6 enemies
Right.
there, or whatever. But you get some stuff. So it seems like there's a lot of stuff that you can do, and just running around.
Have you
just so
ever
much stuff to
felt
find.
like you needed to spend money yet? Never
Nah,
crossed
because-
your mind, right? Yeah.
Because every time you open up a chest, every time you drop off like your anemo sigils or whatever, your animal sigils to the blessing statues, you get some of that in-game currency. And there's chests everywhere all the time, so you keep finding exquisite chests, you keep finding precious chests,
And then you transfer the currency like
yeah,
you were
yeah, and
doing,
then
right?
you just go to the shop and then you just buy the fate
Right.
tokens or whatever, and then you just use those for characters and stuff. But so, I mean, granted, the items that drop aren't as good as the stuff that you would get
Open,
from
right.
opening the
Mhm.
packs or
Mhm.
whatever. But unless you find luxurious chests, that's I haven't found like any legendary items, let alone I haven't found not one gold item opening
Right.
a chest,
In the world,
period.
yeah.
In the world yet.
Mhm.
So maybe it is once you get further down like the continent into the areas that you can't really reach. But but that's the only thing, like, but I haven't spent the dime on it. All I've used is the in-game currency, and I have a good team, and and it's fun to play, and I just keep going.
Right.
Your character that you start off with is a gold character,
Right.
so I
Ah.
don't see why you wouldn't
Right.
just keep them in your group. But I
Right.
guess if you have others that are supposed to be more OP or something,
Gotcha.
you can do that. But yeah, it's interesting. And then once you get to a certain that Liu continent, the statues change from like the wind blessing statues to like a geo statue. So you have to collect like geo animo sigils and stuff like that everywhere. And you can change your power to allow you to do like earth. So you'll throw like rock like meteors or whatever
That's
you
cool.
call meteors down.
Sort of like wind,
So,
I think, right?
Instead of
right.
instead of your wind
Right.
blast. But I kind of like the wind a little bit better.
Yeah.
The rock it's like
And you can switch
so-so.
between the two then?
Basically what you have to do is you have to go to a statue for the blessings, a statue of the 7, and then you can change your thing. So
Your element.
yeah, when you're in the Liu continent area, that's where you can get your geo. But if you wanted to go back to wind, you would just go back over to
Oh.
the area where Mondstadt
I
is,
see.
and then you would find the statue there and then
swap,
change it
okay.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so I haven't found the luxurious chest that you're talking about. Is that just random, or are those static locations?
No, those are static locations. Yeah.
Ah.
So there's a luxurious chest on top of the cathedral, all the way in the back. It's the highest point.
Is that
of
the one that the
cathedral.
guy helped you find?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah.
okay,
That's the one
okay.
that the guy helped me
So you
find.
can look
and
him up
then-
online for the most part.
Yeah,
Ah.
there's a YouTube video
Okay.
of a guy
Dope.
who's like explaining like he said it was 6. There are, if you go into the dungeon areas or whatever, there are like luxurious chests in those at like the very end.
Okay.
So when you go through them, you can go and open up a luxurious chest. But there's another one on top of the guild, the fighters guild or whatever.
Okay.
So,
I'll check
So
that
that's
out.
2 easy ones, huh?
mhm,
ones.
yeah, those are the 2 simple ones. And
Okay,
then apparently there's another one. There's a center courtyard where there's the big statue.
Okay.
And there's like a ring of like I guess like like the top of the building, like the fence or something like that. So apparently there's like a point where you can start out that's like right by the stairs, and then you'd have to run along the wall, and as long as you don't fall off and you hit all of the rings, like if you're doing a glide test, then you get to the you go around and you get to the other side, and then a luxurious chest will pop up. So
Nice.
I haven't done that one yet, so I need to do that one, but I was watching a video and it showed that one. So
Dope.
Right.
yeah. But getting into it, right? I was a little bit bummed, Cyberpunk got delayed again. So we're not getting this as like a day one PlayStation 5, Xbox, game. It's freaking pushed back to December 10th. I mean, how do you feel about that, right?
Dude, yeah, I was pretty shocked when I saw that news, pretty darn shocked, because they had been saying for a while that it was guaranteed coming out on that November date. And there was lots of hate going around. Like I was watching one story where a guy, he tweeted Cyberpunk directly and said, hey, so I just want to know for certain that this game's coming out on that day before I request the day off of work.
Yeah.
and they said, "Yep, guaranteed."
Yeah, undenying confirmation or
undenied
something like that.
confirmation.
Yeah.
And he went and took it off.
The next day,
Next
the
day.
very next
The
day, he's
very
like,
next
"Can I
day.
delete this tweet?"
Dude, they were like, well, F, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, not even the developers knew this was going to come. Like, that's what's a trip about it. Like, not even they had no idea this is about to happen. I don't know what it means. Like, I just don't know what it means. Like, they said the reason was so they can guarantee themselves a 90 plus Metacritic score. Like, that was the explanation they give.
Really?
But
I thought it was
that's
something
fishy.
But
else.
how does delaying it guarantee that? Are they polishing, doing more polish?
That's what their explanation is. Like,
They
I think
probably
they're trying
don't
to
wanna
polish
do bugs and stuff like that, right?
But it's like, dude,
Can't they polish while the game's out like every other game?
They want that opening. They want that
They want that
score,
perfection?
man. They
I
want
don't
that
know,
week
man.
one sales score. You know, I don't know.
I think it hurts like sales though, like because people are gonna move on, right? Like people are gonna start playing other things, like and pick up other games.
That's what I would think.
I'm gonna play
but-
Phoenix Wright. Just letting you know, like what's the deal, you know?
But I feel like, so I was on Twitter and I was looking at, some of the responses that people were giving, and there was a lot of people that were just like, take all the time you need, bro. Take it. You know what I mean? Like, there was tons of, game media that were just like, hey, man, it is what it is. Do what you got to do to make the game great or whatever. And in some instances, I agree with it. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of this like foreboding feeling, when you've pushed it back like twice already. You know what I mean? Like, we're just waiting and waiting. I would have more preferred if you had just gave me like an ass far away date.
No,
And
don't
then
even give a
just
date.
Boosted it up or something.
Like Mark and I, we've played Blizzard games like our whole lives, and they're kind of different now. But they do the delay fiasco now, which they never used to do that. They would never announce anything until they were done, right? Like, don't even give a date until you are done, and you are done.
So they would tell you about it, but they wouldn't give you
They would
a
say the
date?
game is coming
Yeah, they'd
soon,
announce the
and
game.
Blizzard soon is like a year or two. They're like, the
Oh,
game's coming
okay.
soon. That means, okay, it's coming out in the next year or so.
So
they wouldn't
would
give you a
announce-
date.
Nah.
When would they
No
give
date.
you the date? Like a week before?
When it was done. So when they were done with it,
It's like released?
no, they would say, okay, it's coming out this, November or whatever. Once it's actually finished.
Oh, okay.
And I'm fine with a game taking as many years as you want to take.
Yeah.
But don't tell me it's coming out this date. And then, okay, no, it's going to be this date. And then, okay, no, it's 4 times they delayed this thing. This game has been delayed 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, that is a problem. It's one thing to say take as much time as you want, but this is a separate issue. I don't think I care if a game. This is why I have a hard time with E3 too. Like, I don't even like when they announce games that are 5 years away.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Starfield. Like we talked about the leaked image on Starfield,
Right.
or like Elder Scrolls 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know.
They're
Don't
more
even
so
tell
rumors.
me.
I don't want to hear nothing from the actual
Yes.
developers. Like,
Leave
I don't
me
mind
in
hearing
ignorance.
rumors, but like the developers should just keep it on the hush until they
Mhm.
have like it's ready,
Right.
pretty much. Like,
Don't show me a game that's 3 years away or even 2 years away.
I
at
don't mind.
E3,
I don't
right?
mind like a year away, but like
A year I'm fine with,
I
but
feel
that's
like
still a while.
okay, but there's like other things that are coming into play then at those points, right? Because when you have like big gaming studios and you have their like board of directors or whatever, maybe they're shareholders or something like that, that want to see what they're producing. So then they have to come out with these announcements that like, oh, this game and that game is coming. I think we saw it with like maybe it was with Bethesda or whatever, where they're like, this is what we have in the works. You know what I mean? This is why our company is valued at this much. You know what I mean? So that's why you would have to pay me this
Right.
much. And we announce it so that we get all of the hoopla from all of the people, the consumers. And then so it lets you know like, hey,
Mhm.
people want my game. So if you want us, you got to pay. But it's just unfortunate, that like, some games are mentioned and then they're like completely forgotten, like sometimes I want to hear like how the progress is going, but then other times I'm okay with it. Like, okay, for instance, Biomutant, right? I got that collector's edition.
Mhm.
It's still slated on Amazon, where I got it from, that the game will be coming out December 10th. So now this competes with Cyberpunk
That's funny.
2077
For your time,
now,
too.
for me.
For your
for my
time,
time,
yeah.
because that's when I'm getting it.
Right.
Now, I haven't heard a damn thing from Biomutant in a long, long time. Almost
Is
like
that good?
8 or
Like
9
it vanished.
months.
Is that
So then I don't know if the game is gonna come out on December 10th. So, you know, in
Right.
that sense, like if you made it available for pre-order and all that, I kind of want to be able to hear, like, is it still gonna come at that time? You know? So yeah, certain things like that, it's like, you know, I wouldn't mind hearing something, you know what I mean? But just don't tell me like, oh, the game is like, it's done and we got it locked down, it's finished, it's great, and then you have to push it back. You know what I mean?
It's just
tell me it's
crazy.
like postponed until we let you know. You know
Well,
what I
then-
mean? And then
and you
let
also
us know
have
the week before.
the
Like,
crunch controversy, right? Where they were
Yeah, that was
forcing
an
their
issue.
employees to come in 6 days a week. It's like, dude, why did you give a date?
all right, but at the same
Take
time,
as much time as you need. We don't care.
like all of these companies are crunching. So like somebody like leaking information that like, oh, the company's cracking down on my
I'm just
head,
saying,
making
like,
me
you wouldn't have to
code.
worry about that.
Yeah.
If you didn't force yourself to release it on November 18th or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and crunch yourself into that time.
It was supposed to be 12. That's like, so all of the other times that it got pushed back, right? I was totally okay with it because the only thing that I was thinking is okay, great. I can just get this strictly from my PS5. I don't have to feel like the urge or desire to get it for the PS4 and then, you know, and then possibly my game save doesn't like move on to the new console or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I can just, you know, save that as like my day one purchase for the PS5 or, you know, if anybody's getting the Series X for that. But now you've pushed it back even further. So my well of day one games has reduced now by one. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? It's like I've been wanting to play that game.
All of
I
us
was
have.
okay
All
with
of
you
us
pushing
have.
it back
Yeah.
for me to just
Yeah.
enjoy it in all its splendor in the Series X or the PS5.
Yeah.
But now it's back again.
I think
like,
there's
it's pushed
problems,
back.
dude. What do you think, Mark?
So,
I think
like
there's
we were
major
speaking
bugs.
with Blizzard earlier,
You
so
spoke to them personally?
yeah, we spoke to them on the phone. So as Sir Knight said about Blizzard, they're common for not giving a date back in the day. So recently they postponed the expansion. So it was supposed to already come out by now.
Yeah.
So they postponed it with no date. We just got a date this week for November 23rd. But I think that they should have been more strategic in this push. With this last delay, they should internally say, okay, we're shooting for December 10th, but don't tell us
Right.
yet. Because if they do this again,
I'm fine with that.
if they do this again, they're losing, you know, their credibility here. They already have a masterpiece with Witcher, so they have a good resume. I think people are willing to just be patient at this time. But if they do this again, it's a major slap in the face. You know,
Which one of you guys had pre-ordered something, a game, and then it got delayed?
That was me.
like, so far back, and you just returned it?
that was me. That was for Amazon's New World, so it got postponed
okay.
till next year.
Yeah. So
And-
you were just like, I'm not about to like let you keep my money
Yeah,
for that
yeah.
long.
I was
I'm
like, give me
about
my
to
money
get
back.
this
Give me,
back.
give me my money back.
Yeah.
So, so for me personally, I don't really care either way. I was originally gonna buy Cyberpunk on the Xbox,
And then upgrade it.
and then
too.
upgrade
Right.
it. But now, I don't know because I might have a PlayStation maybe in
Yeah.
December, maybe I don't
Right.
know for sure. I was just gonna get on my Xbox because I was like, okay, I'll upgrade, you know. But now I'm like, maybe I should wait. So that's the only kind of thoughts it has for me.
Mhm.
It was gonna be a day one buy for me. But
Same.
now that, you know, I know World of Warcraft's release date, I hope December is perfectly fine for me.
No, like I had pre-ordered Cyberpunk for the PS4 for day one, and then they delayed it, so I swapped my pre-order to Valhalla now, right? Like I switch it to another game.
Yeah, because you just
You
want
want
to keep that
some-
money on
yeah,
something that you can actually
because I was
get.
expecting to play something on that date,
Right.
right? That money was for that date,
Yeah,
right?
and that's
now
understandable.
now you're like, it's a bummer, right? Like other things are now competing
Yeah.
for that sale. That I think their sales are gonna be hurt a little bit. I think because of this. because people allocate their funds, and you're going to be competing with other things too. Like Phoenix Rising is going to be a big one, I think, and that's like the exact same time that Cyberpunk comes out.
I kind of got my feelings on Phoenix Rising. My feelings
It's
changed
been hurting.
a tad bit.
They've been changing a tad.
Did you watch the gameplay?
Just on the E3. Or
On
whatever.
So you didn't watch like the IGN? They had like 15 minutes of gameplay.
I don't think I did.
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, dude. I don't like. So the narration of the story is cool. It's all right. The world, how it looks, characters, all that stuff. But for some reason, it just gave me like a hella corny vibe. With the conversation between Zeus and Prometheus, or whatever.
Poseidon?
No, Prometheus.
Okay.
Or, I don't know. He's like
Prometheus.
the one that's like chained up.
The Titan, maybe.
Yeah, he has something to do with the Titans
Okay.
or whatever. But he's
Alright.
like chained up and on punishment by Zeus or whatever. But like their rapport with each other was like really cheesy, and I felt like the way that they the artwork on like Zeus and that was kind of like it felt like really kiddie-ish, like a kiddier version of like Fortnite or something like
Oh,
that,
wow.
or like a more friendly, version of Fortnite. Like he didn't look like a god to me, like Zeus. You know what I mean?
Right.
He didn't look like somebody I should fear. And and then the way they're like, they're it's supposed to. It kind of feels like they want to like surround it heavily in cheekiness. You know what I mean? Like they do like quick quips.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
smart alecky comments,
Yeah.
different things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, and that's what they're priding themselves on. And I feel like
As long as it
didn't
doesn't-
come off on.
As long as it doesn't slow down the gameplay. Like the way it looked like to me, it's like they're just kind of chatting as you're kind of playing through the game.
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
like
not,
a narration
it's not
story being
forcing
told as
me
you
and
play.
like holding back the game. Then I'm cool with them being cheeky. Like I'm cool with them doing that, as long as it's not infringing on like my freedom.
Yeah.
But the game, I mean, dude, it just looks really like the combat looks super fun. The world looks big, expansive, and fun to explore.
I'm
like
hoping
it just
that
looks great to
playing
me.
it. I'm just hoping that playing it will be better
Yeah,
than.
that's
like,
what I'm
Gotcha.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Like I'm pretty pumped for that one. But
yeah,
anyways,
it just seemed interesting, like because the guy's like telling the story of the Phoenix,
Yeah.
Saving the gods.
no, it's
and
cheeky,
whatnot,
dude.
and
You're
then-
right. No,
they're
it's
like-
it is.
And then he makes it to the
Total
bridge,
cheese.
and then you're like, "What? That's it? Like, come on, man! Like, there's no action." Okay, then guys pop up, and then dudes
Yeah,
pop
it's
up.
total
It's
cheesy.
like,
It's total
okay,
cheesy. Yeah,
Alright.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Yeah,
Like it didn't give me that type of feeling of game.
they're
like,
trying to
off
be
top,
Fable and
so-
they're not.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
But I bring it up only because it's it's competing now.
right.
Where I don't think anyone was gonna compete with. Everyone was ready. Like once they said that
For
November date
Cyberpunk? Yeah.
and that's like right lined up with next gen. That
That
was
was a
it.
guarantee.
That was the
That was
game. Right now, it's competing. Now it's competing for itself when I don't think it was before. And I'm just like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm
That
just
hurts
even,
you.
I'm just even more so bummed out, because of the Biomutant thing. Like if it comes out
And that too.
day,
now you
I
have
two games
Biomutant to
now
deal
that I
with, right?
didn't- I
Not
didn't
even
have,
just
like, the
Phoenix. Now
time,
you
yeah.
have Biomutant to deal with. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so-
it's annoying. I rather them not. I'm fine waiting. I want games to take as long as they need to be good. I'm
Yeah.
fine with that
Cool with that.
concept.
Just don't keep
but
teasing
don't
me with
keep
dates
telling
and
me
then pushing it
dates.
back.
That's
Yeah.
that's a credibility issue.
Yeah.
Like Mark
Especially
was
when
saying.
on Twitter you're saying it's absolutely confirmed for a day. Like that's
Whoever
not
ran
necessary.
the Twitter dropped the
so
ball on that one.
whoever's in charge of their Twitter don't be saying stuff like that.
they didn't have a clue, man.
I'll be
Yeah.
like, 1 sec, let me check.
Seems like there's
You know
some
what I mean?
disconnect internally at the company.
And I think, dude, is this thing that buggy? I mean, dude, what's the deal? I mean, is it so buggy that they're thinking it's going to affect their Metacritic score? Like, they really think it's that buggy? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading in, but there's got to be some truth to that, right? Like, they really internally think it's that bad that they have to delay it again.
Okay, but let me ask you this, right? So would you rather have it that they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing the date back because let's say they're nitpicking over little bugs or different things like that because they want the game to be as perfect as possible, with all of their testing and stuff going on? Or would you rather it be put next to put out like a game like Anthem or like No Man's Sky or something like that where they told you all of this greatness and then when you got it was nowhere near that.
Mhm.
And then they spend the next year to 2 years trying to make it what they told you it was.
No one wants that. I'd rather them not tell me anything and I wait 2 years
Yeah.
and get the real great game.
Right.
That's what I'd rather. I'd rather them not tell me a date and then give me a piece of shit.
So did they
right?
really say about the Metacritic? That's their delay.
That's the reason they gave. I promise you.
That kind of rubs
Who
me the
does
wrong
the
way. Yeah.
Who does
That kind of
the
rubs
Metacritic?
me the wrong way because you should just make a good polished game because that's your pride and joy. It shouldn't be, oh, we're trying to get a high score
Yep.
because that sounds like a BS reason to me. That should just be your goal no matter what. If Metacritic didn't exist, you should.
Only
That's because it's your passion. It's your
Yeah.
game, right? This is your love. This is your piece of art. I think they want to win Game of the Year. I mean, you're competing with Last of Us 2 and you're competing like with Hades. You're competing with some decent games this year.
only thing is
So-
like what is like Game of the Year give you? You know what I mean? Like you're not getting any extra money from Game of the Year.
I don't know. Maybe
Like from
dude,
some
they
random
made
entity.
I think they made a lot of extra money for
Metacritic.
Witcher winning Game of the Year because people have been buying that game and
Well,
over and over and over again.
Like if you got
I don't know.
good
I think
scores,
there's some value there.
if you got good scores, even if you don't win Game of the Year, right? You have like the regular Witcher version, you have all the DLCs that come out, and then you have a re-release of the Witcher version with all the DLCs.
Yeah, but
on
with
it,
Game
and
of
then
the
you have
Year-
it on another console when that console comes out. Check out Witcher. You got it on PC. Like they're gonna produce it enough.
Yeah,
to
you're
get
gonna
the
make
money,
lots.
so-
I'm just saying though, that plus being able to put Game of the Year on your box, that's gonna drive someone's gonna grab that, right? Just
Yeah.
because that word is there, like, oh, this is the Game of the Year. I gotta buy this. It's $20. Hey, I gotta buy this. You know, they've been milking that Witcher for so long now. Like,
Yeah,
people are still buying and playing that game like weekly.
right.
It's incredible. You
It
know?
just seems
So-
absurd to me, though. They explicitly said Metacritic.
That's not the place you should be. That's not where you get passion from, right? You're not getting passion for your game from a Metacritic score, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
because those scores are very, I guess, ambiguous. Because a lot of people say some people are paid, a lot of people are haters. They just give bad scores. So
It's
That
just
just
like
seems
anything
weird.
That was
else
the
that's
reason.
like user, related reviews and stuff like that. They're gonna be all over the place.
yeah,
That just makes me, why I said before, it makes me think that it's more buggy than we think. Like, I don't know. It feels like, I don't know what word it is. Like, my mind's like cover up, right? They say a Metacritic score to cover up the truth that it's really, really buggy and it's not ready yet.
I feel like they would have given
Yeah.
a different excuse though, as opposed to
Metacritic
Metacritic
score?
score.
Like,
Yeah, I figured like they would have
what
just
saves
admitted
face?
that
What
it's
excuse
a lot
can
of
they-
bugs.
that just seems like
I don't know. That's
such-
a bad PR. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
what you can say for. I
coding-
don't know what you could say that's gonna gloss over a delay. People are gonna
Coding
be
is,
mad no matter what.
Mark. Coding is like really intricate. And there's
yeah.
so much math and everything
Oh,
else
yeah.
to go along with physics. So I would totally see that there'd be thousands of bugs, and there's. If you're only letting maybe 20-30 people beta test your game, like you're not gonna find everything. There's gonna be lighting that's baked in or whatever that's just gonna be like give you like a weird offset or something like that. Like there's gonna be things that you're still not gonna be able to find.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like we
So-
should all be looking through that lens. Like, you can't. That's why I'm saying it's worse than it must be. Because I think every developer is gonna believe what you're just saying. Like, hey, no game's perfect. We'll release it. Some bugs will be found, but it is what it is.
yeah,
It
when
has
it's
to
found,
be
you report it
blatant
and
enough
it'll be
for them to
fixed.
feel that they, have to delay it. Ones they're finding, right? Bugs they're finding, and there are thousands of play tests. Once it gets to the public, yeah, once you have millions of plays, you're gonna find problems.
right.
But they're finding problems in their thousands of plays, right? So like, it's got to be blatant enough that they see them already without it going. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you think-
it's bigger than I think.
Do you think COVID had any part to play? Do you think if COVID didn't exist, the game would still be delayed?
Well, you'd
That's
have
a great
everybody under
question.
one roof,
Yeah,
right? So you'd
I
probably
think
be able
definitely.
to crack the whip a little bit more, maybe.
I
don't
think
know.
definitely, probably, yeah, it's harder to make a game when everyone's not everyone, but a lot of people are,
Dispersed. Yeah.
in telecommuting. Like I think definitely it has a place to play, but then don't give a date. It keeps going back to that problem, right?
Yeah.
Just don't set a date then.
But staying on the topic of games getting delayed, and moving on.
Yeah.
Destruction All Stars, that one gets delayed as well. So I mean, are you like, do you guys feel the same way with Destruction All Stars or what?
I feel like this is speculating, of course. I feel like they got feedback from people seeing it, and I think they were people were very underwhelmed with the game.
Right.
So I think they chose to, all right, because we don't have a lot of hype for this,
Go back and revamp
let's
it.
go back and revamp the game. Because to me, this was not a $60 or $70 game by any stretch. To me, this was maybe however much Rocket League was on launch, which
I
it
think
was.
Rocket League was like $20 or something like
and
that.
it was
And it
like
was free on PS
free on
Plus at
PS
first,
Plus.
yeah.
Yes. So I think they're following that formula. Lowering the price.
And I think that fits because it's almost like the same type of game, right? Just mechanics are tweaked a tad bit. They're in an arena with cars.
We haven't seen gameplay. We don't know.
Well, but I mean, it's like an arena.
We're
It's an
assuming
arena
that-
game.
Yeah,
It's
we're
an
assuming
arena
that.
card game.
Yeah, we just don't know. We
Arena
haven't seen
card
gameplay
game.
yet.
Yeah.
So I think this is a smart move for them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was this free on PlayStation Plus?
It is now because of the delay. They have moved it to being free for
Wonderful.
the
It was a
PlayStation Plus.
$70 game.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, dude.
So it went from $70 to
To
free
So
99
free.
on. Okay,
At
so
least
wonderful.
at least for the first like month or two.
That's wonderful.
I think.
I think that now we can give a correct assessment of the game when we see a trailer. I
Right.
think this puts it into perspective.
It
They
tempers
rethought about it.
expectations.
Yep.
You're not gonna hammer it now. So back to what you asked. I'm not as mad because they made it free 99. Like you can't be mad now.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm,
yeah. You just.
I'm quelled now.
Yeah, it's like what? Okay, you delayed, fine, but it's free. Okay, then that's a balancing thing, right? Like,
Right.
okay, you delayed it, dude. I don't care. And now if they even delayed it again, I wouldn't care because I'm getting it for free regardless,
Yeah.
right?
When it comes out, it comes out. You don't even
Yeah.
gotta announce it. Just drop it on the PS Plus
Exactly.
and tell us the day it is.
There are some interesting things here, though. Like I don't know really what to think, but they thought it was a $70 game. Like, did Sony think that? Did the developer think this is $70 right here? Like, so is it going to end up being more than a standard like free PS Plus? Are we getting like, is there a potentiality where we get like this really great fleshed out big game for free on PS Plus? Like, there's a lot of good news. I think there's a lot of good news here. Like, we're getting quite a bit of free now when the PS5 launches. We're getting Destruction All Stars, which was made for next gen, right? We're getting like a next gen game. We're getting Astro Boy, which is like made for next
That one
gen.
comes on the console.
Yeah, that one comes on the console.
So that one's not even like a PlayStation Plus. That one's just on the console.
Yeah, that one's on the console, and that's a
Right.
great looking game.
Yep.
Mhm.
And we
We
get
have
the
the whole
collection. Like, it's looking good, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's looking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I like
looking
the
really good.
change. Like, there's literally no downside here. I'm going to try it now where I would have never touched this thing for 70, not even with a stick, Like, this thing is no way. And it kind of goes back to what I think I was saying before when they showed the UI and they didn't show us any gameplay. And that was an alarm bell for me, right? I made mention like, dude, what are they hiding from us?
Yeah, you did
Like,
mention it. I didn't think too much into it, just because I felt like it was probably like it's an online game, so maybe there's not like a whole lot of people that they got like
Right.
playing the game to be able to join
But,
a match.
but in my mind, I was like, that would have been the perfect opportunity to show off a little bit of the game.
seemed like
Yeah.
you would
to
have,
sell
right?
it. Yeah. And
That's
they
true.
didn't. And I'm like, what are they hiding? And then sure enough, the game gets delayed and switched to free. Like, there's some issues there, man. Major issues.
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm thinking now is that they take the game, and you maybe have like maybe 2 or 3 like arenas that you're able to play in with like a certain amount of cars, and then that's free, and maybe it's free
Oh, you sell
for a
characters or
certain
something?
period of time, and then you introduce like a new battle pack where it's like 2 or 3 new characters, maybe 4 new characters, and 2 new arenas or something
Mhm.
like that you can pay for to upgrade. I don't know how Rocket League makes their money or
Off
how
of
they keep
cosmetics,
going.
you buy little like chests and you get cosmetics.
You change the way
Okay.
your car looks.
Mhm.
Total
Oh, okay,
cosmetics.
that's it.
100%
Just-
cosmetics.
so
Yep.
no play to win
100%.
and
Yeah.
just
100%
cosmetics,
cosmetics. Yep.
Okay, so I mean, if you're adding new characters, new cars, those are basically cosmetics, in a sense. So I mean, it might just continue that way. It might just follow the Rocket League path. I mean, it literally is just like an upgraded Rocket League. In a
It's
sense.
got to be
Yeah.
good,
So-
but they definitely marks 100%. They switched to the Rocket League model.
Yeah.
And that's good as long as it's a good game.
Yeah, I'm actually. It went from for me a never buy, not interested to I'm definitely the day it comes out, I'm gonna download it.
Playing it.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
play
for
it
sure.
because
It's gotta
why
be.
not? It's a cool game to maybe play with the fellas or try out. You know,
Right.
like hey guys, let's play this one Friday.
Yeah, especially because Rocket League isn't available for free anymore, right?
Well,
Yes, it's completely
I
free to
mean,
play
if
now.
you
Oh,
had
it's still Rocket League has still been free.
No, recently it's like now it's just free for like PC and,
everything,
Oh,
it's
okay.
always
Alright.
like if you had it on PS Plus, you still have
Yeah,
it for
but
free.
recently
Right.
they
Yeah,
just said, "Hey guys, it's free now."
But I was just wondering if it
It
had
did
been-
have a
if they
price
had
tag. I
charged
think
at
it
some
went to
point
a
in time.
price tag
Yeah.
of $14 or something.
It
Like
charged for a while for a couple years.
Okay.
What's
yeah.
crazy is like, yeah, we went from never even spending $1 because the only way you can get the game is by spending $70,
a
right?
lot.
So it's like we went from, well, I'm not going to spend 70, so that means therefore I'm not spending $1 on the game, to now I might spend $1 or two,
Oh yeah,
right? You go from like I'm not going to ever even spend $1 to now I might spend a couple dollars if it's a good enough game to play. You know, and I think, you know, it's the move, man. It's the direction a lot
Smart.
of games should be
Very,
going,
very
I
smart.
think.
Mhm.
So this was good news for me.
Yeah,
Where
great.
Cyberpunk's delay wasn't as good news, this was
Yeah.
good news. 'Cause
I
it
was just like disappointed
Yeah.
with Cyberpunk, but this
Yeah.
one, you know, because I
Yeah.
don't really care and it's now a benefit to me,
Yeah.
like an extra plus, then I'm all for it.
Fantastic.
I'm good with it.
yeah, fantastic for sure.
So, you know, staying with like the PlayStation Plus
Yep.
and all that, you know, we just recently got all of the information for the games that we were gonna get for the PlayStation Plus subscription
Yeah.
for November. And I was actually surprised, you know.
Me
I
too.
thought that Shadow of War was a great game.
Dude.
I had bought it. I think I still have it, unfortunately, you know, so I won't be able to plus off of that. But it was a great game. Like if you guys have not played Shadow of War, that is a must. You have to play it. And then for Hollow Knight. Now I bought Hollow Knight on a deal on a sale on the PSN store, but to get the Valheart edition is pretty dope.
Voidheart?
Voidheart,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's like all of their DLC in
Nice.
that, and I didn't buy that edition, so you know that's gonna be fun. Like I'm probably just gonna get back in it once I have like some docile time of no new games or whatever to play. But I thought that was good, and then to my
Cherry on top.
surprise,
Cherry on top.
they give you bug snacks
Yeah.
for free. So
Yep.
bug snacks went from being a $70 game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was ever set.
Right.
We never got a price on that game.
Okay, so it might have been like 30, maybe 40.
But we were expecting to pay.
Right, you were
Right.
expecting to pay
Mhm.
for this game, and now that one's free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the first 2 months.
Yeah. Till January
So-
12th, I think.
Right, yeah. So you have the first 2 months. They're saying, hey, as long as you get a PS5 or it's time, you can get the game and play. I think you should still be able to put it in your library
And
and
you'll have
purchase
it, right?
Yeah, in the store
Mhm.
as long as you have PS Plus. But you know, once you got that, you're good. Now, that is interesting because that didn't get delayed. That one should still be a day
Yeah.
one.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's not Destruction All Stars delayed.
Right.
It's but it's a day one.
Yep.
And somewhere in that studio, somebody said, you know what? We're not gonna charge. We'll just give it to them for free for 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll come back. So I'm wondering if maybe there wasn't as much buzz for the game, and
Mhm.
so they wanted people to at least play the game and see what they've created and get the hoopla that way, since it is a PlayStation. I think it's a PlayStation Studios game, right?
No.
Or is that still an indie
It's
one?
from the developers of Octodad. I don't think that's a PlayStation Studio game.
Okay.
But I know that they're in partnership with Sony
Right,
for
right,
sure.
yeah, they've got some
because they always
exclusives going
produce it on Sony's consoles.
Yeah. So I mean, how do you guys feel about this? First the PlayStation Plus games that they're offering us for November, and then this little extra caveat on top. How do you guys feel?
For me, it's wonderful. So Hollow Knight is a great game. I played it on Game Pass, so that's a wonderful game for people to play.
Mhm.
I haven't played this
Shadow of War.
Shadow of War, but you've said a lot of things.
Did you play Shadow of Mordor?
I've downloaded it and maybe played it for 30 minutes,
Okay.
so I never really gave it
Got into it.
got into it.
Mhm.
But that's an awesome game to try on next gen. it looked really good on current gen, so I could only imagine how great it'll look on the
60 frames
PlayStation.
per second, man. Some
And
dynamic
it's better.
4K or
It's better than
something.
Shadow of Mordor too. Like it's
Yeah.
just objectively better.
So I'm definitely excited to try that on a PlayStation 5. And lastly, Bug Snacks, just like Destruction All Stars for me. It went from a never buy to a
Mhm.
I'm downloading this on day one. I'm gonna play it.
Exactly.
Why
I
not?
was not going to spend 30, 40 bucks on Bugsnax because it didn't interest me in that way. I mean, maybe for you guys, it was worth the money, but like I'm totally for it being free 99. Like I'll throw it in my
Yeah.
library just because it's free.
So it's another win. It's another win for us. My only concern, is getting a PlayStation 5 in time so I can
Right.
download it. Maybe I can log in one of your guys' PlayStations 5 if you get it before.
Well,
Your
like
account,
I said,
right?
you should still
Until
be
January
able to just
12th.
go on the PlayStation
And add it to your cart?
like the website, and then just add it to
Yeah,
your
people are
account.
saying their website or the
Okay.
app.
Okay.
Work
Right.
on
Cool.
the app. Yeah.
I'll definitely try that then. But yeah, this is wonderful news. Like, this is a win for us. The launch is looking even better. We're gonna have a lot of games to play. We're not gonna have to, we're gonna spend money on the console, and we're rewarded with the collection that we can play of over 20 games. These PlayStation Plus games. So yeah, this is fantastic. I'm very very hyped for this.
How do you
Oh
feel?
yeah. So first and foremost, right off the bat, Hollow Knight, in my opinion, is a masterpiece. Like Hollow Knight is a masterpiece.
great game.
Yeah,
It's a great Metroidvania game.
it's a masterpiece. Like the music is absolutely haunting and incredible. The gameplay is incredible. The map layouts,
the battles with the
the
bosses
battle,
are
the boss
tough.
fights are
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful. Like challenges.
Mm-hmm.
The system they built in, the relic system or whatever, when you can adjust that and make builds. It's so good that the people who made Ori and the Blind Forest, I'm telling you, essentially copied it verbatim for Ori and the Will of the Wisp, so Ori 2.
Wow.
If you play Ori and the Will of the Wisp and you've played Hollow Knight like Stone and I have from start to finish, then you will see, oh my gosh, this is just Hollow Knight.
Dang.
It's almost a pure copy.
Wow.
That's how incredible Hollow Knight is. It is a masterpiece. Like I'm not kidding. It's a 10. It's one of those incredible games. So if you have not played Hollow Knight, you're so lucky.
You gotta jump on that.
Yeah,
man.
you are so lucky. Like what a treat. That's free now. I can't believe that game ever became free. But it's also cool because I don't think I had the Void Heart edition either, and so I'm definitely snagging that.
Getting back
and
into
I
it,
would
yeah.
I would play it even again. It's so good. Like I remember I would just sit there at like one of the train stations and just listen to the music and like
Dang.
just the ambiance of the setting and the artwork. I mean, it's incredible. So Hollow Knight's a masterpiece. And then Shadow of War is very good. Like it's better than, like I said, Shadow of Mordor. Like the fortress system where you capture forts, not just guys. Like it's just objectively better. Like what a great game. Everyone who hasn't played that is so lucky too.
Yeah.
Like these are such great high quality games. These are 9s, 10s games. You don't usually get free games that are 9+ games in their rating. I mean, these are incredible. And then when I saw Bud Snacks, I was like, you guys, like that was like what?
Because normally you only get 2 games each month, and they decided to throw like a third one on there.
And it
it's
was
like,
a one that
damn.
was kind of like a launch day title, like one that was kind of like a reason to buy a PS5
for some people. Yeah,
because you can't get it on anything else,
Yeah.
and it's like wow, like how awesome is that? I know I trashed on it hard. Like you guys were a lot more forgiving than I was. You guys that weren't fans either, but you were a little bit more forgiving. Like, well, maybe there could be something there. And I was just like, nah, why would I want to, corral burgers into a pinhole? Like, why would I want to do that? But it being free, I'm going to download it and I'm going to try it out. And I'm sure there's going to be some laughs from it. And who knows, maybe they'll surprise me, right? Like maybe they'll surprise me. And I just think like there was a lot of, as Godly said, a lot of negativity surrounding the game, like more than I think that we first envisioned, and they had to make this move, and it goes like Destruction All Stars from 0 to 100 real quick in our book. This is like the month of PS Plus, man. It's not just like it's like an event. It's like we're getting the PlayStation 5 and all this wonderful PS Plus stuff. Like they're doing a lot more here to compete with like that Game Pass that we've been talking about this whole time, and so it's an event.
I was gonna ask you if you think that they've put these games on here for the PlayStation Plus to say like, hey, you don't need 100+ games, right? Because if we really look at it, if we go into the Game Pass, the Xbox Game Pass, a large majority of their 100+ games are all the old shit, right? Xbox 360 stuff that they've put on there, some Xbox One stuff, whatever.
I don't
but
know about a large majority, but there are a lot.
they've got a lot of games
Yeah.
that's like the old stuff
Mhm.
on there, and then they're giving you the new stuff that's all from their studios, and that's cool. But it's like, PlayStation is like, hey man, we've got several game of the years that we're giving you on top of 2 brand new games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like Hollow Knight and Shadows of War are both Game of the Year contenders. I know Hollow Knight came close to
I
winning
thought
that.
that Shadow of War got Game of the Year. Maybe it was Shadow of Mordor.
I don't
that
know
got
if
Game
Shadow
of
of War got Game of the Year. I know it was in contention though,
the Year.
and I know Hollow Knight was, and I know Hollow Knight I think won the Metroidvania platformer of the year
Mhm.
or indie game of the year. These are like really high quality games.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. Quality can definitely
Quality
overpace
over
quantity.
quantity.
Like, and that's always been Xbox's problem, right? Like, they have a lot of games, and a lot of them are good games, but they don't have game
The
of the
high
year
quality
level
stuff.
games on Xbox. Another thing is too, Phil Spencer did not rule out Game Pass coming to PlayStation. He said, so who knows? Maybe we'll have like all the benefits of the PlayStation and the Game Pass all on one console.
And
Could you
that's
imagine
basically
that?
just an app, right? Being able
Yeah,
to be
could you
downloaded on the store.
imagine that, dude? Like, it would all be xCloud. It would all be xCloud,
Yeah.
But
That'd be a perfect world right there.
that'd be a perfect world, man. So I've been really happy, like
One
seeing
system
these,
to rule them all.
one system to rule them all. Like seeing these additions, man. Destruction All Stars and then Bug Snacks, and then the collection wasn't as big to me, but Destruction All Stars and Bug Snacks, like those things are really helping lift my spirits about the reservations. I did the few reservations I had for PS5.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the collection was great because I think I saw like a good,
For
solid,
me, just me personally.
Yeah. I saw like a solid like 3, maybe 4 games that were offered in the collection that I just hadn't played yet.
Did you want to
I
play
was
them
like,
though?
Yeah, I wanted to play Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I played that. So I told you I played pretty much
right.
all of them. I
Yeah.
think the only one that I didn't play that I could not play is Ratchet and Clank, but I
Okay.
didn't have much desire to play that. But I think that's it. And then
Yeah.
Days Gone.
And I wanted
that.
to play Days Gone, and then there was one other one. I can't remember what the other one was, but it was one that had came out, and it was top of the line PlayStation 1. But I just never got a chance to get around to it. So, but all that stuff, it looks great. It just makes it so that as long as another good game that's free 99 and brand new like Genshin Impact doesn't come out, that I'll definitely be checking out some of that other stuff.
Mhm.
And I haven't been on Destiny. I was trying to get on it last night, but I just decided to change my mind. But there's a lot of stuff to play, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot
There
of
is.
variety, and having it, with the Game Pass and then the PlayStation Plus, like,
Mark, you never played God of War, right?
No.
See, they just
That's on there
announced
also.
that that's going to be 4K 60 frames per second on the PS5,
And that's on the collection.
and that's
correct?
on the collection.
That's
Ooh, nice.
good.
So you're lucky, man. Like
Nice.
that's such a masterpiece too. Like,
Yeah, I feel like PlayStation Plus, by showcasing this collection, they're showing that they have the capacity to offer some catalog of games
Mhm.
with PlayStation Plus. So I hope that something like this stays. I hope they have a rotating collection. I mean, a lot of their customers most likely played all these games, but it's cool that they show, hey, this ain't Game Pass, but look at these quality exclusives we got here. Because let's just face it. Let's say Xbox Live included all their exclusives only. That would rival
Right.
Game Pass, like back in let's just
Right.
say Game Pass didn't exist.
all right.
So I'm hoping maybe they get a lot of positive feedback from this collection, and there's like a rotating collection that cycles through. Because to me, that would kind of rival Game Pass a little bit.
A little
know?
bit. It's only the only area it lacks is that they're old.
Right.
Where Game Pass, when it's a new game, you get it day one. It's a brand new game.
Yeah.
But a
That's
large majority
huge.
of them aren't outdated though. Like,
Yeah,
it
but I'm saying
seems
when the
like-
new ones do come out, that
Yeah.
studios that Microsoft owns, when it comes out, they
Day
are
one.
day one.
Yeah.
Like God of War is a 5-year-old game, right?
Yeah.
It's years old, and now we're getting it for free. Like that's the only area it's lacking. However, it's through the PS Plus standard subscription,
Right.
where if
You're
you
not
want
paying
the
nothing
Game
extra.
Pass, you got to pay a little bit more to get that luxury, right?
Yeah.
Now, one other thing that I'm pumped about is that I heard that Days Gone was getting 60 frames per second with dynamic 4K.
Which is cool because
So
I haven't played
all of those.
I'm looking
I
forward to
haven't
that,
played
right?
it, and all those freaking zombies on the screen, man, they're just gonna be looking lovely. You know,
very fast. Yeah, it's gonna be
yeah.
nice.
I heard there's like a huge patch that's coming out for it.
Days Gone.
Days Gone for when it releases on the PlayStation Plus collection. So a lot of great.
This
stuff,
is like
man.
like I said, it's an event, man. This is the PS Plus month, dude. Like it's cool. Lots of good news.
Great
and
news,
I'm
man.
definitely interested to see if they do give you more stuff in the collection because everything that's pretty much come out of the Sony Entertainment Studios has been A1. So I don't
Everything.
think they've thrown out any duds. Ratchet and Clank may not have been for me,
It's
but
still
it
a
was
good game.
not a dud.
Right.
Yeah. So, if they give us anything else down the line of theirs, then that's awesome. And if they randomly, like maybe every 6 months or something like that, give us like a brand new game for free on the PlayStation Plus, this is gravy.
That's cool, man. It's like backwards compatibility, to the 10th degree. You're getting like everything good that was on the PS4, you're getting on the PS5. Except like the newest. Like there's no Ghost or like Last of Us 2. Man, I would play those games again if those were free on
Imagine
the
if they were on there,
Oh
though.
my gosh.
I think Ghost will get an upgrade.
I know it'll get an upgrade. I'm talking about on PS Plus collection.
Oh, okay.
Like if they added those exclusives to the collection.
Right.
That would have been that would have been hot fire, man.
Nice.
Yeah. So one of the things I was, scouring the internet and I just happened to come across some information of rumors for the PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was like super stoked about this, right? I mean, I've known that it was, in theory and whatnot and that they were eventually going to come out with another model. But this one seems like they've already strategically made moves to put this in effect or whatever. So there was already patents that were found on how the controllers were going to be. So they're not going to look like the PlayStation Move controllers.
Nice.
They're going to have like nice little Quest like grip controllers.
Okay.
With little straps on the handles and whatnot. The headset was going to be wireless, so that's great. You know what I mean? That was the main issue that I had with the VR headset.
It'd have a big battery in that thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even mind allowing me to attach an external battery pack to it to give it the little extra boost. As long as it's wireless, that's all I really care about. You know what I mean? You can buy a cheap battery
to really
pack.
move around and really get into a game.
Right. To be able to really get into the world and not have to worry about strings attached to it. And then on top of that, I was hearing that, okay, so how they say that the PlayStation, the PSVR headset 1 is compatible with the PS5. You can use it with the PS5. But I did hear that the HD camera that they have brought out, the brand new one, is not. So
That's
why
interesting.
would you come out with an HD camera and it's not good with the
VR?
old VR headset?
You gotta use the
Because
old
that's
camera.
like one of the reasons why you would you would get like the new HD cameras because it's for the headset. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. I was like, oh, maybe this camera will be able to pick up my sensors and stuff like that a little better. So I mean, I guess that means that it's got the same port on the PS5 as it had on the PS4 to allow you to be able to use the backwards compatible camera or whatever. But it just leads me to believe that, okay, so you made a camera that does not work with this old version of the PSVR. So you got to have a second one coming in because who really uses the camera for like anything?
Yeah.
Like I don't even think that the camera pays attention to like your facial scan when you go to sign in on your PlayStation. I don't know who set that, feature up. It's there, but I don't know who really set it up.
Right.
So I mean, I know you guys aren't as enthusiastic about VR as I am, but you know, how do you guys feel about
Like,
that information?
you really like VR, right? It's not just like a gimmick to you. You really enjoy it.
No,
right?
it's
Yeah.
dope. I mean, there's so many other games that come out that, you know, I'm playing that instead of the VR game. But when I played, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, like the game was fun. You know what I mean? So I could be in that for, you know, hours.
And you really like the VR, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The VR is great. And
Yeah, see,
I still haven't played the Hitman, you know, to check out that VR stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
For me, the problem with VR was always the price point of entry.
Yeah.
The point of entry was
is
hardest for
expensive,
me.
yeah, for sure.
To get over that hill.
It's like buying a whole nother console.
It is. It's like buying a whole nother console. So I never really took the dive. And when we did that racing game,
with the Thrustmaster. The Thrustmaster.
Oh my
the
gosh.
Thrustmaster was the name of the containment unit that you were in to play the game. I think the game that we played was like Forza 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Thrustmaster was like this full unit that you could sit in, and it would literally
when you're racing
That's
a
dope.
race car.
yeah, and it would literally like move around.
Dude,
and
I
stuff
was
like that.
sick.
It was expensive.
When I got out of that ride, I was so sick, and like the motion just like had me spinning dizzy.
I didn't feel that sick.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of crazy.
It was
but
terrible.
It was cool.
Like I felt like I was like actually car sick, and that really turned me off of VR. But the PSVR 2 is supposed to have much improved motion sickness improvements, so that's
good.
huge for me
really good.
Yeah.
because that was one of my biggest issues, which that made me a little bit more excited.
Walking was the only thing that had effed me up in
When
some
you try
games.
to walk, you're like a little bit shaky.
Like so there was some games like Planet of the Apes. That was a great game because you know, the aiming was really on point, but you could just move your controllers like this
To
and
walk.
then you would propel forward. But there was games like Skyrim. I did not play Skyrim. I might have played like maybe 10 to 20 minutes of Skyrim, but I could not play it because it was just making me nauseous.
Yeah,
Like,
see, that's what I'm worried about.
I had an issue with the camera receiving the direction that my move controllers was going. It would always like shake me off, and then you had another one where you could just like click the trigger on the controller and aim, and then you would teleport. But that teleport had me all effed. Like I just couldn't deal with it. Like I was just like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to enjoy this game.
Yeah.
You know? I played like Blood and Truth. That was a great game. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. But yeah, there was just like
Some that
Skyrim.
were terrible,
I just couldn't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the reasons why like I haven't really jumped in. And the PSVR 2 is making all the changes that
That you
I
want.
want.
Right.
I'm still concerned about the point of entry. I know the rumored prices was like 500 to 800
Oh, my.
between there.
That's a lot.
I know, man. Like
500.
500. That was the low too. What they were speculating the price would be.
Man.
And so I was like,
I'm hoping that's
dude,
like a bundle or something like that for like, I don't know.
I don't know. I
That's
like
a
all the
lot.
changes. It's gonna have finger sensing now, so you can
Yeah.
you sense your fingers, not just like clunky controllers.
Right.
So like, there's lots of really neat things, and you can do a whole lot more with the PS5. With that hardware is much more capable
Yeah.
to put better graphics
You
too.
you just still have to be able to have like a hardcore processing unit in the headset to be able to
Right.
see. You know what I mean? Like it would be nice if you could see in 4K in the unit
Right.
as well, or at least in a
Right, very
really high
clear,
quality.
really clear.
Yeah.
So I like all the changes. I like all the directions. I think it's good. I do know that I read an article and Sony said that they do not expect PSVR to take off anytime soon. And I always thought that was a major concern. But when they first announced the PSVR was, I just didn't think that there was enough need or want for it in the market for something like this, as well as they did. Like, because you really like it, and to you, it's not just a game. It's a very useful product that you enjoy using, and so they did a great job with it. But they just haven't sold like they wanted, and I had a feeling that would happen. I know Oculus, all those other ones just have fallen off by the wayside.
Well, the Quest 2, they just released
it's
that
new.
one.
It's all in one
Yeah.
headset, $299.
Yeah. And
So
the
we'll
Quest,
see.
the Quest
I know they're
was
still trying.
a good unit. The issue isn't necessarily the actual units, you know what I mean, like the headsets and all that stuff. That's not the issue. The problem is getting a great game to play on it. If you do not invest in any companies, no companies invest in the headset, like there's no reason for anybody to play it. Like all of these headsets, they just have like bullshit little games to play. You know what I mean? Like they're cool, they're nifty, you know what I'm saying? But they're nothing crazy. You don't get a Cyberpunk in VR.
Yeah, I
You
don't know
what I
how
mean?
to do that. Like, I don't know how they can get the Ready Player One action going on, where like, because you can't really move around your room. You got to kind of stand still. So the moving the arms, that's an interesting workaround. I mean, I just don't know how you would incorporate a game like Deus Ex Machina or whatever, I don't know how you would do it. I think more like, what was that one game we played at PlayStation Experience where we were like versing each other and
On
you
the
had like a
units
board
and-
and
yeah.
you picked up units and you were placing them out there and you were
Yeah,
kind of
I
like,
know what you're talking about.
that is really a great utilization of VR. Like
Mhm.
kind of like a stationary kind of thing where you're kind of like interacting and picking and moving things up and doing all that. Like that is a really great utilization. I thought that was the first time I was like, wow, like this is great.
Right.
But what do you do, for like the big open world and, action adventure games?
So there's actually lots of companies that are working on treadmills for video games.
Yeah.
That's
And
dope.
there's some that are decently priced for what they are. You know what I mean? For you to full on sprint in the middle of your living room and not go anywhere for almost like $400.
Yeah, I saw
It's
someone
not a
doing that
bad
with like
price.
a first-person
Nice.
shooter, right?
Yeah.
Like they were running and getting behind
That's
cover and
dope.
like shooting and
Right.
stuff.
dope.
Like, how
Like
cool
I
is
could
that?
only imagine playing like Farpoint
Yeah.
for the PSVR or even what is it? Damn, I'm forgetting the name. It's like the strike game or whatever. It's the gun game at Firewall.
Yeah.
Firewall 0 Hour. So that one is like that's real in depth, in there playing that game. I could only imagine if you could actually physically move in that game and you're really moving and you're sitting there and aiming, that game would be like superb.
Yeah.
And I've seen these treadmills, and these treadmills are, I think, rounding about $400 to $500.
Wow, I'm surprised they're that cheap.
And they already work with the game systems. So, I've been like, looking at them and kind of like,
Keeping an
seeing
eye.
if I can,
Keeping an eye on
if
'em,
it's
yeah.
like doable. So, I mean, if there's like a really great game that comes out for the PSVR, I mean, one of the ones that I will be looking into is
Medal of Honor or what?
no, well, I did want the
Yeah.
Medal of Honor because we talked about
Yeah.
that a few podcasts ago. But No Man's Sky is
Yeah.
coming to VR.
That sounds
So
cool.
and they've changed the game a lot.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine how great it would be if I could get an actual good view in my VR headset, good
Mhm.
quality in my headset, and then be able to roam around like that. So I mean, definitely the treadmill is like on my list of things that I want to get.
That's the
You
next
just
step,
have to,
That's the
Yeah.
next step.
yeah, and I mean, there's like the really huge ones, and then there's like they're trying to perfect the compactness. You know what I mean? Like they have how to do it, so now they're just trying to figure out how to make it compact so that it can fit in your living room and not take up a crap load of space. You know what I mean? Because you gotta have something that is able to hold you and keep you stationary while you sit there and sprint.
Dude,
And
you'd be
I
so
can only
tired.
imagine-
Oh my gosh.
But it'd be real.
One match
you know what
would
I
be
mean?
like so tiring.
Like I can only imagine like all of the no offense, but the fatties that are sitting there, and then they have to play like this VR game, and you have to move, like you shed mad pounds, man.
no,
sitting
it'd
there.
be cool. Like I was
if
gonna
you
mention.
if you really run and you could keep that speed going, there's no stamina. Your stamina is the stamina
Dude,
for
it'd
the
be-
run. That's awesome, man.
that is the-
That would be cool,
That's
actually.
so
Yeah.
funny, dude.
There's no
Your
longer do
stamina
I
is
have
the
to wait
stamina.
for the stamina bar
That's
to come
funny.
back.
Your water
you know,
meter
it's
is your
like
internal
climbing-
water meter.
There's
Yeah.
internal water meter.
Like, I'm thirsty.
It's a real survival. You got
That's so
a
funny,
snack table
dude.
next to you, so you can
No,
just,
like how cool would it be too? Like if they had like a calorie counter, right? So like
Yeah.
you see like
so you can see it.
yeah, like how much you actually burn that day,
So,
right?
so like, okay, so Beat Saber is a great game for the VR headset, whatever you play.
The
It's
one you're doing like this, right?
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
like,
It's
hitting
the
all
best
things.
on like
Yeah.
Quest because you can actually move around and maneuver, you know. But when you're
Mhm.
playing with the PSVR headset, you got to worry about that damn cord in the back of you.
Right.
But like Beat Saber has modes on it that say like calorie burning mode or you know other like it's an exercise.
Mhm.
Like you would think like oh it's not that bad, you know, you just twirling your arms around.
You're
Dude. But if you
burning,
do
huh?
that for like
You're
20, 30
burning.
minutes, man, yeah, you sweating.
Yeah.
Like you piping hot
Yeah.
after you get done playing, you know. So there's a lot that's there with the VR, but you just got to get games to put time into it.
Mhm.
Like if you already have a first person, you know, Cyberpunk, if you just made it so that it's portable to the VR headset and you can do everything that's in the game, but it can acknowledge your fingers moving when you go to touch something, when you know, when you get in the car, you know what I mean? You can do different things in the car,
Mhm.
whatever. And it's the full
Touch
game.
something.
There's
Yeah.
nothing less. That's a sell. It's gotta be. Like, who wouldn't want to actually play it in first person? Like, yeah, you're playing it in first person,
Yeah.
but to actually play it in first person.
No, that was
where you can hang
always
your
Head out the window and you can shoot.
you know what I mean? And
that was
it's
always
real.
the problem from VR from the start was that we knew, well, we hoped
Right.
that you would just be able to play your PlayStation games on it.
Right.
Come to find out, no, it's like a whole separate kind of thing that has its specific own games,
Yeah.
and that immediately like you know like
and I
dropped
mean-
the hype on it.
I've used the VR headset before just to play a regular game, but you're in like theater mode.
Right.
So it's like this screen surrounded by a bunch of blackness, you know what I mean? And it's convenient when somebody else is using TV, but it's not what I was looking for, you
Right.
know what I mean? I
You want
wanted
the
that
VR
VR
experience. Yeah.
experience, yeah. And if they're able to do, you know, like get the LiDAR going and have all the sensors and everything that it'll be able to really track your movement, you know, and positioning and all that stuff, man, it's gonna be amazing. Like I think it really just takes like that one game or like, you know, like 4 or 5 games that people like really enjoy regular to just make a port for the VR. Like say, hey, it's able to be played on the PSVR. And it's mind blowing. Like you've already played the game, but check it out in VR. You know what I mean? Skyrim, you know, Bethesda just doing that for Skyrim
Yeah.
was cool. It just needs to be perfected. That's
Yeah,
all,
I mean-
for the movement.
We're older, but you know, I still like playing laser tag. I know I took my 8th graders to like Mulligan's or someplace for the 8th grade trip
Scandia maybe.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I still really enjoyed playing laser tag, running around there. You know, like you can do something first person shooter wise, you know, that is possible. Just make the maps a little smaller. You know, don't make them big, so people are running across, you know, for long.
Right.
And it could really be a lot of fun, you know. But yeah, you have to get that treadmill perfected. There's lots
Yeah.
of things there still, right, holding it back, but there's potential.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I don't own any VR devices, so I'm kind of I don't know much about it. Shout out to Squid Biscuit because he loves VR.
Squid.
He's been trying to get me to get the Oculus too.
Okay.
So one thing that I do like about the Oculus and this new iteration of the PS VR 2 is
Right.
it is the wirelessness.
Right.
And one thing I like about the Oculus is it's all in one headset. So you don't have to have a PC running. You can do everything directly from the headset.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the PS VR 2 is going to have that capability because it would be kind of cool if it was just all in one. You didn't have to have a PlayStation 5.
That would be nice, but I feel like then it would probably it'd probably still be the same
Not
price.
powerful enough, right?
Yeah, but it might not be powerful enough. I mean, I didn't really see like what they're given, you know, for like the module hookups and stuff like that for the PSVR to go into the PlayStation. I didn't see how that was like adding too much, but maybe it's just a lot. But like I said, if you position like the processor or the battery pack or something like that in a different location, like even if I just had a little pouch that's sitting next to me on my hip that has all of the hardcore stuff in there and it doesn't weigh
The
a
system
whole
or
lot.
whatever.
Yeah, and you have this light headset, like you're still good. You know what I mean? Because you just need something
Yeah.
that's not gonna interfere with your arms,
Yeah.
you know, and your body movements. So I see them being able to do it like a whole bunch of different ways. It's just, are they gonna do it like that? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But
So yeah, so the Oculus Quest is $299. So I see that as like their main competitor. So hopefully it's around that price. Because any more is kind of a reach in my opinion. But I'd say to around $299, $399 would be, you'd be competitive with what is in the market. One game that I would want to play, there's 2 games that I would want to play on VR. Would be Star Wars Squadrons.
Right.
I haven't purchased that game yet, but that seems like a fully fledged game that would probably be really fun in VR.
yeah.
And then another one would be the VR chat, which is a free game, but the mod, the Among Us mod.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
But one thing that my friend Squid was telling me is like he is able to pirate a lot of games on the Oculus, so
Okay.
you can get a lot
Because
of
it's
games
Android,
for free.
right? Isn't it basically like Android?
I'm not too sure. I thought it just runs off your PC, but
Oh, okay.
I'm not too sure on the specifics. But he says
Yeah.
he's able to.
Oh, not the
pirate
Quest, but the actual Oculus.
the Oculus. I don't know the specifics, but
Okay,
he
'cause
said
the Quest is like it's got like its own shop
Gotcha.
and whatnot, so it doesn't even get like the same games that the regular Oculus would get.
Got you. So
So-
maybe it was just the first Oculus that he had, but he said he was able to pirate all these games. I was like, really? Well, that's kind of cool. If you could get all the games for free, then I could
Yeah.
see, because like you were saying, there's a different catalog of games for VR. There is to the normal version. So, but I'm just kind of, indifferent to it. I'll have to see, the price of it. I'll have to see, maybe I'll try it out because I did try it out with you guys at the PlayStation experience.
Right.
So I was kind of whatever about it. I took off my glasses and that made it a little better.
That
it was kind of
they
weird.
also did say that they were making it so that it was better for people who wear glasses to enjoy the headset more for
Gotcha.
the VR too. So
Okay.
I mean, they're making they seem to be making some improvements on it. A lot of improvements on it. So.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see more about it. Hopefully when COVID's over, I could try it somewhere. That would be cool. And we'll see the price. So I think if the price is low enough that they could potentially,
That's the most important thing, man.
could
Same problem with Atari. You need a good price. You need a good entry point.
you
Don't
need a
bring
good-
up the Atari, man. Don't bring up the Atari.
Yeah.
Wait, Atari VR?
Ooh, Atari VR, so you could play what is it, the little space joint where you fly a ship? You could just be looking up like this while you shoot.
Atari VR.
Yeah.
Space.
But all right then. I guess that's all we got for this week. Thank everybody for listening, for watching, our YouTube viewers, Podbean, all that stuff. If you haven't already, please follow us, subscribe,
Tell your friends
like
about
this
us.
video. Yeah, share the video, especially if you got hate for the video. Share it. Let everybody know, hey, I hate this video and why you hate it. And then tell us in the comments below. But until next week, I hope everybody had a safe Halloween, and we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
Peace.
See you.
I love you, me.